And on today's New York Shitty. So now I'm pretty sure that everybody's aware or has heard about or has seen the news about the shooting that happened in Hoyt Schermerhorn. But there are still some clarifications that aren't being clear. It's like everybody's running with their own version of the story. So I'm gonna take some time to break it down to tell you exactly the information that's out and put it together in a way that makes sense. Exhibit A. But though this video was released way after the incident, and of course they went back to piece together what happened, and then they realized this video, we're gonna start here. So boom, it starts on March 14th when the aggressor slash victim, who ended up being the victim, Dejon Robinson, who's 36, entered a subway station without paying his fare at the Nostrand Avenue train station. And the NYPD put out this video to kind of prove the point of, yo, we doing all these bag searches going against fare evaders because they the ones who do the crime. And it sucks to say that, damn, in this situation, they were right. Like, we calling a spade, they were right. This is like one of them situations where you do the right thing all the time, but then the one day you do the wrong thing, you get caught for it. Not saying that he always did the right thing or he didn't, blah, blah, blah. You get what I'm saying. But I also want to say, what about the couple? Will they release footage of them entering the train station as well? Because we don't know if they paid. We don't know if they fare evaded as well. Snap, I do you one better. The fact that they even went back and traced down this video of him in the beginning of the day, way before the whole incident happened, and they still haven't found the girl? But anyway, let's keep going. Exhibit B, the fight, the infamous 5-minute long video that everybody's seeing that's circulating around. We don't got to talk too much about it because we know exactly what happened, right? But actually, this video is for clarification, right? Because everybody's acting like they can't see. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. It starts off with the big brolic specimen, aka the Casanova, looking like the dude who looked like Casanova, aka Dejon Robinson. He's arguing with the man sitting down while the man is kind of ignoring him. The man identified as Yunus Obad. Everybody's assuming that Yunus Obad is Hispanic, but he's actually Arabic. And the reason why I say that though, and that deserves clarification, is because even Dejon Robinson assumed that he was Hispanic. Everybody in the comments are assuming that he's Hispanic, but he's not. So with Dejon Robinson believing as well that he was Hispanic, he started coming at him, talking about, oh, you think your people could beat up the cops, blah, blah, blah. Basically referring to the Venezuelan migrants who beat up the police officers on 42nd Street, Times Square. You can also hear the woman or a woman in the background saying, oh, he thinks you're a migrant. He thinks you're a migrant. And I just want to also put this out there. Just speaking from experience and knowing what's going on and knowing why going. Yo, I think the Dejon guy was drunk. I think the dude was drunk. That's why he was being so aggressive and he wasn't really paying attention. So again, I'm putting out all the information from different sources so we could all piece together what happened together. Also, I'm not going to say, oh, the woman was antagonizing, blah, blah, but she was arguing while the men were arguing, and most dudes are going to let their nuts hang if a woman is involved or a woman is saying anything. So, again, I'm not going to say she aggravated that part of it, because some people are also trying to say, like, oh, she got into the business, was complicating things. It's like, yeah, she complicated things towards the future. But in that instance, she was just voicing her opinion as well, too, or just replying. But depends on how you look at it. So, boom. After all that happens, that's when Yunus gets up to fight. And then that's when it starts going on. But if you notice, Dejon had a box cutter. He pulls out a box cutter and tries to $150 him after they wouldn't throw hands. So he was waiting for them. They both got in their stance ready. Dejon started saying, yo, see, you want me to hit you first. You want me to hit you first. You pussy, blah, blah. He takes a box cutter or a knife and tries to cut him. So that's where, let's be real, that's where the clarification comes. Let's clarify that. He takes his box cutter and he misses. And I think he tries to do it again. You can watch the video again. I think he tries to do it twice, but misses both times. But then after that, that's when it's just on to fighting. As they start fighting, right? As they start tussling or whatever, you can see the woman in the background who is with Yunus, who we don't know if that's his girlfriend or whatever. You can see him, you can see her reaching in her bag, takes out her cup, and then takes something out from under her bag, puts it in her sleeve, and puts her sleeve up. We from the hood. Some of us is from the hood, so we know what's going on. We know what to look for. So if you pay attention to those little details, you'll see that. Okay. She then retreats a little, moves away, comes back, and stabs Dejon Robinson in the back about 3 to 4 times. Dejon Robinson then turns around and says, you stabbed me? You stabbed me? As Yunus gets up and duffs Dejon, but then Dejon plants him back down to the seat. Then the Dejon guy tells somebody to come get the dude while he could get up, and he's basically screaming out, yo, you stabbed me, right? So again, real life shit, man. If you understand what's going on, anybody, if you get slapped, bruh, you in the daze. Now imagine a knife going in your back 4 times. He's in the daze. You know, he's losing consciousness as he's going, so this is where it starts getting a little like iffy, because it's like, would it have got to the level of shooting had she not stabbed him? Or was she just trying to defend her husband or her boyfriend, whoever it was? And basically the rest is history. He goes and retrieves his gun that's in his jacket pocket. But let me put this out there as well too. Yo, you remember they say when it's hot outside, mind you, it was like 67 degrees that day. When it's hot outside and you see niggas with big jackets, you know they got it on them, right? If you see a nigga in a snorkel and it's like 60, 70 degrees, you know they got it on him. You see that dude with a big jacket like that, come on. The nigga just said he just came home from 14 years, man. 14 years or 13 years. He was ready to go right back. He on jail time. I believe that was his biggest demise. He's still alive. He ended up getting shot like 3-4 times, but I feel like that's his biggest demise. He's on jail time in the real world. Those two don't coexist, bro. But yeah, so he got stabbed in the back. He's wobbly. He takes out the gun and approaches them. Not saying that he should have used the gun from afar. He should have never pulled out the gun. But it's like, if you're gonna take out the gun and go that close to people, you gotta not be in the right state of mind. Especially after being stabbed in the back, you wobbly. And that's what makes me understand, like, yo, this dude wasn't in the right state of mind after getting stabbed in the back. So then they allegedly end up tussling. Dude loses control of the gun, and of course, Eunice grabs the gun and shoots him multiple times. They said once through the eye, 2 times in the face and once through the eye, in the chest and in the neck. And he's in critical, but somehow still stable condition. He's still alive till now. So then, of course, all hell breaks loose. You see everybody running frantically for cover, blah, blah, blah. The police come down and take care of what's going on and pay attention to the situation, like, you know what I mean, do whatever they got to do, which is interesting because Hoyt Schermerhorn, one of the precincts, is located right at that station. So it's like, huh? It's like, not saying perfect time, perfect place, but perfect time, perfect place. Eunice Abad is apprehended after that, and boom, case closed, right? Nah. Moving forward, with all the information that's out now, the Brooklyn DA's office, after reviewing the case, announced that no charges would be filed against Abad at the time, citing evidence of self-defense. In New York, our self-defense laws are kind of iffy, but this was literally self-defense. He didn't brandish the gun. He took the gun to defend himself. Case closed. It is what it is. So now police are on the hunt for the woman in the video who stabbed the dude in the back a few times. There were some discrepancies about whose knife it was, but NYPD now say the knife belonged to the woman. So yes, though the Dejan dude did have his own box cutter or knife, she had her own too, so it's 2 different things. He was shot with his own gun, but he was not stabbed with his own knife. And then now, there's a Twitter page called Crime in NYC who gave more information. And you can see what they said or whatever. I'm not really gonna go into that because it's none of my business or whatever. But the only thing I do want to address is because I know that it's kind of unclear. It says that a woman at Obad's last known address in Brooklyn told the Post that she is the maternal grandmother of his 2 children, his 2 young children. The eldest, whom is 6 and hasn't seen him in years, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people are assuming that this is the girl that they're looking for. No. This is just a family member. The girl that they're looking for is still at large. They don't know where she is. And she had a mask on, so let's see if they'll ever find her. That's just some clarification. We may come back with part 2 to address more questions under this. For the most part, this is all the information that you should know. The key elements of the key discrepancies that are messing with people's minds, this is the clarifications. Moving forward, though.